Welcome back, my pillagers and villagers. Here we are in a 1.14 villager breeding and zombie villager farming tutorial. First, I'm going to show you how to build the villager breeder, and then I'm going to show you what to do from there in order to make a zombie villager farm. This is one of the best ways to go about getting discounted prices on your villagers, and one of the best ways to get very cheap and amazing deals on enchanted books and other items in your survival Minecraft. To begin with, you're going to need a couple hundred iron bars, depending on what you want the outside to be. It's good to use iron bars and beds in order to speed up the process of a zombie villager turning into a villager. The process takes 2 to 5 minutes, and that time is reduced with iron bars and reduced even further if you have iron bars and beds nearby. So we will be creating the entire villager breeder out of iron bars for an easy transfer into that. So let's go ahead and get started. First, you'll want to take a 11 by 11 footprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you're just going to create a square here. You can go smaller if you don't want to have as many villagers. I like to give myself at least 15 to 20 villagers before I start trying. You can go ahead and use the rule of thumb that about half of your villagers are going to die due to zombie damage, and the other half will be viable traders. So it's sometimes good to go over the amount that you wanted in villagers so that you buy about double, so that you have the extra that are able to die. So once you have your encaged little box here, you want to fill with however many lecterns you want for villagers. You have to have a type of job station and beds in order to create the villager breeder. So I like to just go overkill, and then you want to put in the beds. We do not want to sleep. That's not what I was trying to do. I like to leave one edge all the way around. This allows the villagers to walk around, and pretty soon you're going to have to cover this. It's good just to cover it right off the bat. And so by having a walkway, you don't have to worry about going too low. But by going too higher than the bed at this level here, you can ensure that villagers can walk across here and get to each other in order to breed. So we're going to go ahead and fill this top part in. Now, this isn't necessary for the villager breeder. However, when you start turning them into zombie villagers, they're going to die when exposed to sunlight. And we want the most zombie villagers living, so we're going to give them the best chance by covering them up here. Once you are, see, at the beginning of the video, these guys were all just zombie villagers, and I captured them in this exact method that I'll be showing. Alright. Now, if you need to, you can always make a little fire escape here with some ladders. Now, if you do this, don't put the ladder on the bottom, because otherwise the villagers can get up there. Sometimes they can still get out, so sometimes it's good just to throw a trap door at the very top so they can't get in or out. Actually, you don't want zombies to be able to climb in, so you do not want something like this, because a zombie will find their way in and start killing off the zombies or the villagers before you have a chance to go about this process. So, first things first, you're gonna have to bring some villagers in. Let's show you how to do that. If you start in a town, the best bet, we're gonna have to actually use the staircase. So we are gonna build a track. And all right, there's one. Now really you just need 2 villagers to start. So with our 2 villagers in here, we can go ahead and close this up. And they have the workstations they need in order to breed. They have the beds they need in order to open up more available slots for the village to allow more villagers to spawn. And so from here, you're going to take your potatoes and you're going to feed villager 1 and you're going to feed villager 2 eventually. Eventually he'll pick it up. Alright, and then we wait. After maybe about 5 minutes, these guys are gonna realize that they have the food that they need. You can just keep chucking food at them too until they stop taking it, if you're concerned that they're not doing what they need to do. After about 5 minutes or so, they'll realize that they need to start breeding, and the fun will begin. So let's give it a minute, and hopefully these guys will catch on. Oh, yep, they had a little tiny baby. So let's just sit here. I'm gonna let this run for about 30 minutes, and we'll get a good amount of villagers in here. We'll be back shortly. Okay, I just got back, and these guys went at it like crazy. So, oh look, these baby zombies think this is their mama. Alright, so now that we have our group of villagers, this is where the sad part comes in. Get out of my way. From here, we're gonna let a zombie have their way. Now, if you just let this run and you stand off in the distance, you will get your zombie in there. Sometimes the zombies want to track you instead of the villagers, and that kind of makes it hard. And now we just let the zombie turn as many of these as he can. Sometimes he accidentally kills them. That's why you wanted to get extras. And as Now that we have all of our villagers turned into zombies, we want to start separating them out. This will get kind of difficult, and so sometimes it's good just to start making lines from above. I'll go into survival so you can see how this becomes difficult. The problem is that they want to constantly track the player and try to kill the player. And so sometimes you'll just have an entire group just sitting here following the player. This is going to be an easy transference. So now that we have our zombies separated, let's kill this last zombie here. Don't need him. And from here, you simply, I'm just going to go into creative so I don't have to keep growing potions. You throw a weakness potion, and you just right click them all with golden apples, and you can see that they're shaking very violently and they have red particles around them. The reason we broke them up into small groups is because they have a 2 to 5 minute window to turn back to normal. Let's say one of these guys turned back to normal, and on the other side one of them did not. The zombies are going to track the villager that turned and turn him back to a zombie or kill him. So by reducing the amount that's in each section, you're able to actually completely break them off. If you wanted to, you could even separate them into groups like this so that they can't even do that to each other. And now you have a good 20 villagers that are ready to turn into the job of your choice. All you do is you place a lectern nearby, and it'll turn the villagers into their job. So as you can see, I was able to turn this one discounted. This one will go ahead and place right here. Sorry, guy, I don't mean to keep hitting you. And he is discounted. All of these guys are now discounted villagers. Protection 4 for 1 emerald. Look at that. If you can't tell me that you don't want that in your survival world, I don't know what's wrong with you. And that is the zombie villager breeder in order to get amazing discounts on your survival let's plays or your survival worlds. Thank you. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.